So you rolled your ankle while running in the bush. It hurts like hell and you want it to be better. Me too. Let's talk about it. I got gut. I don't know about Wandy Cross anymore. I crunched my ankle pretty bad on my run yesterday afternoon and took the day off work today, so yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Could be worse. Could have broken it. I don't think it's broken, but yeah, try and get this sucker back operational before too long is now the plan, I think. I mean, if you're gonna get injured though, I deal much better with this sort of acute ankle injury as opposed to some sort of overuse tendonitis type injury. I mean, I just got unlucky, right? Whereas overuse injuries, I kind of think more of as like mismanagement, which I have less sympathy for. Anyway, I'll let it do its thing for the next couple of days and then begin the rehab process, I guess. So they say that time heals all wounds, and 24 hours after going over on my ankle pretty badly, it still hurts like hell. Yeah, look, that's not long enough for it to be better. Sometimes that's enough, but I did a pretty good job on this, and I suspect I'm going to be out for at least a week. But my initial grief is now turning into hope and optimism, and I'm looking towards what the recovery might look like. Unfortunately, I'm no stranger to rolling my ankle. Part and parcel of trail running is dealing with acute injuries like this. And yeah, over the years, I've sort of come up with a bit of a methodology that I think is the best way to deal with an ankle injury. So I think first and foremost, number one is to remember that this is not the end of the world. It sucks, no argument. But you will bounce back from this, and while it feels like it's taking longer than it should, respecting the process and remaining hopeful, I think it's the first step. You know, having a good mental attitude is so important in all of ultra running, and here is no different. Remaining positive and looking to the future is the first step towards getting better. So once you've got your head right, the next step is dealing with the acute pain of your ankle injury. Yeah, I try and refrain from using ice and anti-inflammatories at this point. Just try and let the body do its thing, but if it hurts like hell, you need to deal with that. You know, I think as ultra runners, this one is particularly tricky. Dealing with pain. It's the one thing that we pride ourselves on ignoring and pushing through. But in this instance, just take some Panadol. So this has been me the past couple of days. Resting. That is the most important thing that you can be doing at this early stage of an ankle injury. I'm 3 days in now and I've not done anything to it. Once it stopped hurting, I let it swell, the bruising has come up, and now it's starting to feel okay. Typically, I think an ankle injury protocol would have you icing and, you know, wrapping it up to try and reduce the swelling. But while I'm no physio and I don't have a science degree, my understanding of what the body's doing is it's sending a whole bunch of white blood cells to the injured area to try and help it out. So I think letting your body do that is is a good thing. But now, once the pain has subsided, I think we can start moving on to the next phase of recovery. It's day 4. Let's get things moving. Bucket. So I'm literally just sitting here chilling with my foot in a bucket of hot water. Yeah, just trying to get more blood flow to the area and start the mobility process. And I think the hot water helps that. I watched the Usain Bolt documentary a few years ago, and after he'd broken his ankle, this was the approach that he took. So I think he runs all right. So if it's good enough for Usain Bolt, I think it'll do for me as well. But yeah, the approach is just to do this as much as I can for the next day or 2, and then I'm gonna try a run on this thing. It's feeling all right. So just 2 days worth of dunking my ankle in a bucket of hot water whenever I can, and it actually feels pretty good. Good enough to try and run on again. Yeah, I think the hot water really helps with what would otherwise end up being a really sort of stiff and sore ankle. It's a little bit painful to the touch, but you just don't touch it and it doesn't hurt. I'm gonna go for a run, and look, if it does hurt, I'll turn around. There's no point being silly, but I'm confident that this is the beginning of my running again. From here on in, it just becomes a case of managing the load, trying to keep the inflammation down now and keep things nice and mobile, and yeah, get out amongst the bush again. That's the plan. Let's go and do it. That was a success. 9 Ks in the bush, and the ankle feels good. So there's only one final remaining step in the management process of ankle injuries, and it looks like this. So that's it. The final piece in the puzzle of how I deal with an ankle injury. There's a bucket of ice water. Look, I'll alternate the hot and cold water situation over the next couple of weeks, just where I see it's needed. If it's feeling a little tight, hit it with some hot water. If I feel it is getting a little swollen again, then yeah, I think the ice does really help keep the inflammation in check now that most of the healing has occurred. Yeah, running on it, particularly in the bush, is a little dangerous, and I feel extra vulnerable at the moment, but yeah, nothing worth doing is without its risks. So I'll deal with that, and I'll deal with this, and yeah, if you find yourself in the position I did, this is what I do, and if that helps you, great. If not, yeah, I'm sorry I wasted your time. Thanks for watching.